of withdrawal by 2014, so have all the other countries. And we say that by that time the government in Afghanistan will be able to stand on its own feet. I think that's a very problematic assumption. I think that government will be under horrendous pressures from the Taliban and maybe from other surrounding countries, because historically Afghanistan has been sort of the transit area for the forces that emerge in that area. So I understand the desire to withdraw, but I've been urging, and I continue to urge, that we try to engage the other surrounding countries in some agreement as to permissible actions inside Afghanistan, so that it doesn't turn into a terror center and that it doesn't become, through neglect, the place where all the countries begin to fight their own battles. And this again in the context of what I said earlier. We cannot do everything ourselves, but I don't think we should leave Afghanistan without a political framework that prevents its being turned again into a terrorist center.
If we were sitting down 6 years from now, we were talking about Afghanistan, what would be the conversation?
Well, I'd say it will depend who follows Barack Obama. I think that if we continue down the path we're on and we end up with massive troop drawdowns, fast troop drawdowns, like it looks as though we're on the path to, you could well have an Afghanistan where the Taliban or their allies are in control, where Al-Qaeda has again found a foothold, where all of the sacrifice that we've made in blood and treasure, we end up in a situation that we saw in the 1990s, where we walked away from it, and again, terrorists that want to kill Americans, that threaten our security, were able to gain a foothold. I certainly hope that's not what we'll see, but I don't have a lot of confidence, given the path this president has put us on, that we will leave Afghanistan in a way that we can ensure that our enemies don't take control again.
If you and I were talking 4 years from now about Afghanistan, what would the conversation be?
It would be about how the new Taliban government has repressed women's freedom almost entirely, how Afghanistan is once more a base for al-Qaeda international terrorism, and quite possibly how Pakistani Taliban has taken over that country and its supply of nuclear weapons. The Obama administration policy of withdrawing Americans from Afghanistan is going to bring Taliban back to power. The only question is when. Will it be in 2014, or if we withdraw earlier, will it be in 2013? This is more bad news for the United States and for our friends and allies in the region.
Coming up, the clock is ticking. Iran racing to build nuclear weapons, and Israel trying to stop them before the time runs out. Israeli leaders and President Obama have had their differences over Iran. Will that change in the next 4 years? That's coming up next.